Hello, everyone, and welcome to Observations from the Fence Post. I'm your host, Robert, and this is a comic book review of Gideon Falls, issue number 2. Now, this is the hardback collection of Gideon Falls, issues number 1 through 16, and it is called Book 1, The Legend of the Black Barn. But we'll be focusing on issue number 2. Right here. As you can see, we get a little topographic look at a map of Gideon Falls, and you also can see the shape of a person. Pretty cool cover, just like the first issue's cover. And speaking of the first issue, let's do a recap, and I'll tell you about the spoilers in the first issue. That way we can continue on with a review of issue number 2. Now, this series is a mystery series and a horror series. And in issue 1, we met Father Wilfred, and we met a guy named Norton. Now, let's start with Norton first. Norton was the first person we met, and Norton was walking around town collecting what appeared to be garbage and junk items. And we learned how much more about that in issue number 2. And Father Wilfred was a Catholic priest who had been assigned by his bishop to be the new priest of Gideon Falls. And at the end of issue 1, a big thing happened at the end of issue number 1. And that thing was Father Wilfred had gone to bed, and that night he was visited by Father Tom, who he had replaced. And Father Tom was thought to be dead. So this really was intriguing to Father Wilfred, that he was being visited by Father Tom, who asked Father Wilfred to follow him. So Father Wilfred did follow him, and he followed Father Tom into a field where he saw 2 things. 1, he saw a black barn, and 2, he saw the dead body of Miss Jean Tremblay, who was the lady who greeted him at the church when he first came to Gideon Falls. So that was the issue number 1. Quite a pretty cool cliffhanger. You know, what is this mysterious black barn? What is going on with this Father Tom situation, as he was suspected to be dead? And what happened to Miss Tremblay? Okay, so that brings us to issue number 2. We pick up, and Norton is meeting with his psychiatrist, Dr. Zhu, and we learn that the stuff that Norton has been collecting is what he believes to be, this is pretty much a cool reveal, pieces of the Black Barn. And he even is having recurring dreams about it, and has drawn a picture, as you can see here, of the supposed Black Barn, and he believes that he is being led by some sort of evil force to find pieces of the Black Barn. Okay. Father Wilfred, in the meantime, has gone to the sheriff's department about the murder of Miss Jean Tremblay, and because of this, he has become a person of interest, as they don't quite believe his story, particularly since they believe that Father Tom is dead, and they give him the reason why. Father Tom is suspected of drowning, as they found his car in a river, and they suspected that he drowned, and even though no body was found. And so you learn a whole lot about Father Wilfred's past, and this is kind of interesting. So I don't really want to get into too much more spoilers. 2 really cool things happen in this issue that are spoilers. And this is very, very interesting issue, as it makes the mystery even deeper. The story is even more intriguing. Father Wilfred calls from the sheriff's department his bishop, and bishop basically just tells him that he is exactly where he needs to be, and that he needs to just be patient and be there for his calling. even though he is being held by the sheriff's department. So very, very interesting stuff going on in Gideon Falls issue number 2. We do get to meet some new people. We get to meet Sheriff Clara. This is her right there. We get to meet, Deputy Reggie. We also get to meet Sheriff Miller and the Deputy Tony Ballard. And Father Wilford is advised to, at some point, reach out to Dr. Sutton in town. That's kind of interesting. And we do learn some more things. We learn that Norton's full name is Norton Sinclair. We also learn that his psychiatrist, Dr. Zhu, is Dr. Angie Zhu. And we also learn that Father Wilford is Father Wilford Quinn. So very interesting. So I don't want to really give in. Yes, you can see the artwork is very consistent with the first issue's artwork. We've got a lot of dialogue going on. One extra thing that happened is Norton's place was broken into and his home was ransacked. Okay, that's not one of the big reveals. So we still got a couple of big reveals coming up. Look at this splash page. Just excellent work. And I'm really a fan of this. I have read all 16 issues, so I know what's coming. But I am trying to cover them one at a time. This is a solid mystery, a solid horror story that just gets deeper and deeper. And the cliffhangers, particularly this one, were very, very entertaining and very good. So I do recommend Gideon Falls. As I mentioned last time, it's written by Jeff Lemire. Artwork is by Andrea Sorrentino. And the colors are by Dave Stewart. So there we go. That is my review of Gideon Falls issue number 2. I can show you it had one variant cover. Oh, oops, I just had it there. Let's see, here we go. This was the one variant cover for issue number 2 right there. So I'd like the original cover of the topographic math a little better than this one. So this particular issue only had the one variant cover. So there you go. Thanks for joining me. I do hope that you enjoy these videos. If you do, hit like and subscribe. Hope you join me for more and that you follow the Gideon Falls as I do it issue by issue. Please check out my review of issue number 1. And as always, keep it between the ditches and peace.